Hi, here's some data from my last post as a follow-up called No More Militaries, No More War. And the data is that there are 195 countries in the world. These countries total military spending for 2022 past 2 trillion. It actually was uh, 2,113 billion for military expenditures total for all 195 countries. So here's the plan. Take these 8 nations that I will call hero nations and pool their military spending budgets. So you've got number 1, USA at 778 billion. Number 2, China at 252 billion. Number 3, India at 72 billion. Number 4, the United Kingdom at 59.2 billion. 5 is Germany at 52.8 billion. 6 is France at 52.7 billion. 7 is Japan at 49.1 billion. 8 is South Korea at 45.7 billion. The total amount in the pool is now $1,361 billion. Then with that money, divide it equitably between the remaining countries of the world to bribe them to eliminate their military activities and weapons. The equitable portions given out to the 187 leftover countries are based on their world share of the population. So, for instance, the 8 hero countries that make up 45.48% of the world's population and the remaining 187 other countries make up 54.52% of the world's population. Therefore, each of the other countries would get a bribe to eliminate their militaries based off of their world population share multiplied by the 54.52% of the total world's population. And then with that percentage, each country would take their percentage from the pool that the 8 hero countries made for them to eliminate their militaries. So these are the 10 examples. 1. Indonesia would get 6.43% of 1,361.5 billion, which is a total of $87.54 billion to eliminate their military's activity and resources. 2. Pakistan would get 5.19% of 1,361.5 billion, which is 70.66 billion to do the same. 3. Brazil with 5% would get $68.075 billion. Nigeria with 4.84% would get $65.89 billion. Bangladesh with 3.87% would get $52.69 billion. Russia with 3.42% would get $46.56 billion. 7. Mexico with 1.65% would get $41.117 billion. 8. Ethiopia with 2.69% would get $36.62 billion. 9. The Philippines with 2.58 would get $35.126 billion. And 10. Egypt with 2.4% would get $32.676 billion. These 10 countries together get $536.954 billion of the pool of the 3 of the 1,361.5 billion, with 824.546 billion dollars going to the rest of the countries left in the same equitable way in order to bribe them to eliminate all military activities and resources. And my angels say that this would certainly create a more peaceful world. And this was Angel Donna who helped me with this.